one of the things that I hear, and this is something that I want to share with you guys, is that I welcome the comparison and the contrasting of my era, which is baby boomer, to your era today. And I think you guys are absolutely bringing it, and I'm so happy that you are aware of these different types of behaviors that's out here. Now, one of the questions that JBR asks is that about the cult and the church. One of the things in the church, you got to recognize that you can go to church and you're worshiping God, but when you start worshiping in a person, that's when it becomes a cult. You
Mm.
know, narcissists want you to worship them. That's their grandiosity. He mentioned about the DSM-5, the Diagnostic Statistical Manual. Nelson was using, he used the term several times. In comparison and contrasting to that, you have to say there is an issue of mental health. 5 out of 9 characteristics that you choose that that person may have. But in that manual, when you go beyond the mental health issue, then you become dangerous. You become so dangerous that you can become a threat to yourself and a threat to other people. When you get beyond the threat to other people and you want to hurt a nation, everybody, or you have a Machiavellian effect that comes with I have my own agenda, and the agenda is not the people but yourself. You internalize everything. You're internal, and you making everybody else go to war. You know, and I think JBR asked the question about what makes a narcissist. Trauma makes a narcissist. Abuse make a narcissist. Sometimes not making a person take full responsibility of being a narcissist. So there's a lot of things that play into it, but I'm just so glad that you all are having these topics on narcissistic personalities and the people that want to, like, let's say in the Old Testament we would say fire and brimstones. These are the people that direct you to hell. And then in the New Testament, these are the people that's your savior, want to save everybody but can't save themselves. And what we're doing out here, and this is far as the internet concerned, we are putting too much faith in people and we're not putting enough faith in ourselves. And that's where the trouble comes in. It's okay to be vulnerable. You can be vulnerable. Nelson has been vulnerable. Gail has been vulnerable. You all have went through a lot, but they've taken the responsibility to say, I'm going to uh, work with this vulnerability. I'm going to uh, answer my questions. I'm not going to put my vulnerability in somebody else's hand. That's when you get screwed over. That's when you're looking for a savior. I'm not out here looking to be saved. I can get my own problem solved, but that's what we're doing for as vulnerability. We're handing everything over to a person that we're calling a savior, and surprise, surprise, a narcissist do not believe in God. Okay, let's get that straight, because they are God, and there can only be one. Okay, there can only be one. And then whoever is abused by a narcissist, there's never supposed to be a permanent relationship with a narcissist. The narcissist goes to the next person, and then you're traumatized, you're hurt. You think that you should be there in their life, but you're not. They've already taken the next photo shoot, the
Discard.
next snapshot of the person that they want temporarily, because you're just a tool. Like
Two.
me and Gail say that out there. You're just a tool, and
Mhm.
you're there temporarily. And so nothing is ever permanent with a narcissist. And a narcissist get to the degree where they will not only destroy you, they will destroy themselves. And that's how they work. A good example of that is you may not have paid it attention. And I can say, well, uh, grandma passed away, and then grandpa passed away, and you thought that grandma and grandpa really loved each other. No, they didn't, because that narcissist, if it was grandpa, he drank the hell out of grandma, and then in the end, grandma just didn't have nothing to live for and was out. But when I was hearing all this from you guys, and I know I probably go fast through this because it's been such a great part of my life. Um, it's very, it's very common, and it shouldn't be common. It's very common to me that um, what I'm seeing people do is say, "Okay, I want Gail to validate me," but we don't know what Gail's life is behind the scene. You see Gail on YouTube. Gail is beautiful. She looks great. I'm just using Gail as an example. But behind the scenes, who is Gail? And that's the trap we fall into. Narcissists want whatever you have, and they will do anything to get it. And how to get a narcissist? Simple word that we use every day. You just tell them no. And they hate documentation. They hate being humiliated. They hate that. And they hate for you to walk away. You don't go
Linda,
back up. Yes.
Oh, nobody.
you are speaking things that happen in my life, and just about every point that you've made is spot on.
All right.
And it took walking away to regain my life,
Okay.
because the narcissist who I was attempting to help to rehabilitate, to be, to get herself back onto what she was a teacher.
Okay.
She sucked the life out of me, my resources, and the light, and I had to move away.
They are emotional vampires. That's what I call them. They are actually emotional vampires, and they
And
drain
that
you.
word, and that word "no" that you mentioned just sets them off like a vampire sees the cross.
Yes, it does.
I'm gonna say walking away got three of us on a docket.
Hmm.
Would you agree, Gail?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, walking away and saying no got us on a docket. I just at first I was gonna come up here and say like, "Wow, I don't see how somebody can sleep and lie to hundreds of people." I just don't see it. But I think Miss Linda, you made a very great point. Like people just see what they see online, but they really don't know what's going on behind closed doors.
Yeah.
Like this person can say, I do this, I don't ask for anything. I give out free diapers. Have I, put somebody on the spot? Have I ever asked you for anything? I did it for free, but behind closed doors, hey, can you go leave a bad review? I looked out for you. I got somebody I need to deal with. They'll do it behind closed doors. I do have a question or two for Nelson or Miss Linda or anyone who can answer it. When I was first thrown kind of in this situation, I got a crash course on narcissism. And the one thing I can't, just the lies and how diabolical the lies are and the way they're so masterful on switching up the narrative, to always put themselves in a light and to get people to follow them. And, and it just takes so little. But one thing that I did remember that I read was something about when they lie, they don't even know they're lying, or like they'll deny that they lie, even with proof. Like you could show proof. And I noticed one thing with this particular person, they'll try to say they have receipts. And it's kind of like a magician, like, look right here, but they're telling you, what you're looking at, but you're not reading it for yourself. It's just weird. But can anybody answer that question about the lies or,
They need your. See, this is what people don't understand about a narcissist. They constantly need validation. They constantly need to be told how great they are. They constantly need the following. You are your own person. Even even if you don't say anything back, no is a complete sentence. You don't even have to entertain them. you know and That's very damaging to a narcissist. Narcissists always want you to think that they in charge of their mind only, because they're not. They're internal. They're constantly inside their head, and once you get out, they're more scared of you than you. This is what you all don't understand. A narcissist is more afraid of you, of finding out who they really are, than you ever can be. So that's why they constantly trying to take you down and do damage to you. I could just say my superpower is being resilient, because I've had life threatening situation with cancer. Okay, so coming back from that, I'm gonna say to a narcissist, "Hey, I don't care what you talking about. You didn't save my life. You couldn't do that. You can't. You could tell all the lies you want, but at the end of the day, I know why I'm still here." They do not like a person. Well, I would say cocky locky. They don't like a person of confidence. You can take a narcissist out when you standing face to face, eye to eye, and you letting them know, no, we ain't playing that game. This ain't happening. You can take your lies and you can go somewhere else, because all you gotta say, I know you're gonna lie. That kills that. What they gonna say after that? They're gonna bring the lie. All you gotta do is repeat what they're gonna do, and that kills them, because they're gonna, they already know, and it doesn't affect you anymore. It doesn't phase you anymore. You if you're your own person and stop trying to get other people to validate you, that's where you lose in strength. You're looking for something. You're looking to people that's not there themselves. They're not there. They are internal. They're in their head space. They are storing their own ghetto in their head. They do not come outside and play. They do not come outside. Anytime you are external, when you're external, you're looking at other people. You're looking at their feelings. You're concerned about their empathy. They don't. Only time they have empathy is this transactional, when they want something out of you. And you know where they get their empathy from? They have to go to a therapist or a counselor to mimic their behavior. They actually go to psychiatrists and social or whoever and they watch you to mimic the behavior to see what that looks like. Because other than that, they have none. They have no empathy. Now, on the opposite end of the spectrum where I live, and this is why I always say on the opposite end of the spectrum, and these are the diagnostic behaviors that are unintentional. Listen to what I'm saying. Unintentional behaviors that aren't aware that they are doing something, but if they do something, they're not doing it to hurt you. They don't understand that they're doing it. A person that has a TBI, a person that has a stroke, a person that has Asperger, autism, pervasive developmental delays. These are people that do not know that they are doing something wrong. They have to be told that it is wrong, and they will be corrected. A narcissistic personality cannot change. They cannot switch gears. They can't do it. I don't care how many times you rehearse it, they're going to do the same thing over and over again until they destroy you, and then they will destroy themselves. And that's how it works.
I noticed it seemed like somebody was trying to help her and she just could not stay the course. You're right on point with that.
This is Gail at Night. Thank you all for watching, and thank you for supporting. Be sure to click the like button and subscribe, get the notification bell, and set the bell to all.